Aloha everybody and welcome to part 3 of Mega Man Legends 2. In the last part, we saved Joe from the abandoned mine. Roll, about your father and that dropship. I know, but I don't think now's a good time. Besides, we have to help Gramps, right? We've got to figure out a way to land on Forbidden Island.
Listen to me.
Oh, I'm sorry, did we wake you?
I heard what you were saying. Unfortunately, I've lost my memory. I don't know if I can be of much help. I was holding that blueprint when they found me collapsed outside of town. I don't know why I had it, or where I got it. I can't remember. That's why I tried to build it, and why I tried to go to Forbidden Island.
Have you ever heard of a person named Casket? What about my face? Do you think you might have seen me before?
Sorry, no. I can't remember anything. William Shatner, acting! Taking over! No, it's alright. If you're gonna go to Forbidden Island, use my dropship. All it needs is a refractor. That one from the ruins should do it.
We can use your dropship? Thank you very much.
That's alright. I just have this feeling that you were meant to use it.
Thank you. Mega Man, I'll go to the Flutter and get things ready. Come back as soon as you can.
You're welcome to use the dropship as much as you want, but be careful. I have this feeling, like a half-forgotten memory. I lost something very important because of that ship.
Alrighty. So welcome to part 3 of Mega Man Legends 2, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's been a long time since part 2, but, I got this new exercise thing going on. I've been walking a lot more, and, I just find I don't really have too much time to do these videos anymore. I promise to try and do catch-up whenever I can. I always promise 3 videos a week, and if I don't get 3 videos a week, when I, have to actually do videos, I'll try and, upload them as fast as I can, so it feels like 3 videos have happened in a row, something like that. But, output rate should be good, I should be steady. I hope to get Legends 2 done before August, so I can take my summer break and all that jazz. But I'm trying to get in shape and trying to get some exercise going on. The weather's gotten so much better, and, I'll do my best. But either way, welcome to part 3, and in this part, I'm going to be exploring the city of Kalinka Island, because a very important aspect of the Mega Man Legends games is that you explore. In order to get special weapons for Mega Man, you're expected to look in every nook and cranny, because you never know when you might find a part that Roll can use to assemble some kind of machine to make some kind of weapon, And there's a lot of cameos in this city, a lot of cameos going on. If you look at the magazine, that is actually Iceman from Mega Man 1. I don't know what the magazine is advertising. I don't know if it's talking about ancient robots from the year 2000XX, but a nice little picture of Iceman, who would fit in just well here in Kalinka Island, if I do say so myself. But yeah, Kalinka Island's a very pretty place in general, if I do say so myself. I'm always a sucker for the winter locations. There's a post office in Kalinka Island, and although it doesn't come up too often in this game, Mega Man can get letters from certain people, and he can read those letters at the post office, which is always swell. I also like that the post office has, Disney font. Did you notice that? When you walk into the building, the post office sign had, the straight-up Disney font as you were walking in, which is always fun. I don't have any mail right yet, but eventually I'll get some mail. And who knows who might send me a letter. So you got 2 kinds of shops in Mega Man Legends 2. You have a junk shop, which is where you get your weapons, your armor, your health upgrades and all that stuff. And then you have a general store, which is generally only used for cosmetic differences inside the Flutter and for trying to, like, help out Roll. There is a benefit to helping out Roll this time around, unlike Legends 1. Like, in Legends 1, you could give Roll, like, a flower. You could give her a whole bunch of items to, like, make her happy and stuff, but it never really gave you some awesome benefit. Oh, by the way, poster of Zero. Technically, black armor Zero. So I don't know if this is supposed to be fake Zero from the end of Mega Man X2, or if it's supposed to be just, you know, Zero in his ultimate armor. But, and also, magazine on the rack there showing Kalinka from Mega Man 4, Dr. Cossack's daughter. So, not only is this place called Kalinka Island, there's a magazine of Kalinka right there. How about that? Kalinka was a playable character in Dr. Wily and Light's Rockboard for the NES, or the Famicom, I guess, technically. If you look in the trash can, I found mechanic notes. So you always want to look in the trash cans just like Mega Man Legends 1, because you never know what you'll find. Roll can use those mechanic notes, surely. And just like Legends 1, there are cans to kick. So I kicked this can, it got right into the trash, nice shot! I got 200 zenny. I don't know if there's an evil place to put that can, sort of like Legends 1, where you could kick it behind the bakery, but I know that you can kick it into the trash can, and you'll get 200 zenny. It's a very specific shot, and it's actually easy to screw up if you don't do it on your first kick, I find. But, yeah. There is a morality system in Mega Man Legends 2 as well, by the way. Come to think of it, there was a girl who hated dogs in the last island we were on. Her name was Tron Bond. How do you forget that? She was only one of those pirates who was trying to kill you at every turn on Cadillac's Island. That's not something you forget, Mega Man. This woman I'm talking to right now is known as Maria. And she's the one who is married to Joe, who has the little girl in the shed. So this is, you know, Joe's spouse. And she says it's really hard to deal with someone who has amnesia, you know? We've given him a home, but he still can't stay away from Forbidden Island. He just won't leave that alone. Damn it, Joe. She looks sober, but she's had a few, so don't pay too much attention to her. I just wish she'd give me another drink. I'm an alcoholic. And if you look at the TV, there's a popular cartoon showing. The main character looks familiar somehow. So Mega Man's climbing a cliff, Proto Man whistles, and the whistle breaks, and then he cries, and then Guts Man pops out, he throws a boulder at Mega Man falls, and then it just loops, where Mega Man climbs the building again, or the rock again, the mountain again, I should say. Proto Man whistles, Guts Man throws boulder, Mega Man gets hit, he falls, oh god. So many callbacks to the other series, just in this one city, oh my god. And I always find that interesting, because like later we're going to find out where Mega Man got his name from, when we read one of the diary entries in the Flutter. And it makes me wonder, is Mega Man, classic Mega Man, is he like a fabled legend in this universe? Because nobody talks about him, you know? But there's like all kinds of promotional images and cartoons and comic books of these characters, and it's like, does the year 8000XX whatever know about these people? I don't know. I just went into the junk shop from the back door, because there is a back door, and when you talk to the junk shop owner from the back door, he asks you if you want to have a fossil. And so you go, yeah, sure, why not? And he gives you the Reaverbot Claw. That's very easy to miss, because you might not know that there's a back door. There's not exactly a staircase leading to this area, you know? It's like, the doorway from the back of the junk shop goes directly to the back of the bar. So does the junk shop owner have to go through the bar to get to the junk shop? I don't know, but there's no staircase, so yeah. You just jump up here, go through the back door, and that's how that works. You got a Reaverbot Claw. Why not? Mega Man Legends 2 probably has a worse frame rate than Mega Man Legends 1 at certain points. I just find that whenever I walk around Yosyonke City, that sometimes, because of the falling snow and because buildings are popping in, that it does tend to slow down a little bit. But I haven't really found that's a giant problem with Mega Man Legends 2. It's certainly better than the stability of Mega Man 64 on the Nintendo 64, so it's still more stable than that. It's just mentioning that, you know, this is a bigger game than Legends 1. It does sometimes slow down, but not often. I don't even think that's a major problem, really. Anyway, now we're starting to get into the whole aspect of the two goddesses that Kalinka Island believes in, this statue representing the two goddesses. Von Blcher, Beryl Von Blcher, no wait, Beryl's casket is the guy. Verner Von Blcher is the guy. Verner Von Blcher actually lives in Kalinka Island when he's not controlling the giant airship known as the Sulphur Bottom and palling around with his buddy Beryl. This is the house Von Blcher grew up in. He started his digger's business here in this city, and then, after becoming rich, built that big ship and went off to explore Forbidden Island. How could any of us have known that it would lead to this horrible disaster? When they were little, Von Blcher and his friends were very interested in the story of the goddesses. He thought the Earth Goddess was sleeping on Forbidden Island. So people seem to know about these two goddesses, and is it a fable? Is it just, you know, hokey-pokey magic mumbo-jumbo that doesn't actually exist? Or is there some truth to that story? Are there two goddesses? Eh? Well, maybe we'll find out later as the game progresses, but it's all character building, you know? You look at all this stuff, and you get to see all the backstory and all the lore and all the foreshadowing that is coming up, you know? And Von Blcher has a good selection of liquor, which is always swell. There's also a snowman in front of Von Blcher's house that looks pretty nice, but I can kick it. I could also pick up the bucket that was used for its head, and or for its hat, I should say. And what you're seeing right now is actually Mega Man using his lifter ability. When you don't have any special weapons equipped, Mega Man always has access to his lift function, where he can lift certain things, certain boxes, certain items. He can also lift certain Reaver bots, but I've always found it a little bit too hard to use when I fight Reaver bots. So I'm not super keen on using the lifter ability all that much, but it is something you can do, and you can do it by pushing the triangle button. When he's in town and you push the attack button, he can kick, and when you're pushing triangle, he lifts stuff, you know? You can also try lifting roll when you're running to the abandoned mine earlier, like in part 2, and she'll actually slap you if you try to pick her up. I should probably show that in an extra video when I'm showing off Dark Armor Mega Man, because again, there is a morality system once again, but there's actually a morality system that goes both ways, though. You can be both Dark Armor and Light Armor Mega Man, eh? So how about that? You also might have missed it. When I was in that house, I looked at her, like, plates and stuff, and I found a broken vacuum. And that vacuum can be used to make, well, the vacuum arm, just like in Legends 1. And I got 1,000 zenny from that particular trash can. And this is a rubber toy ducky. You kick it and it makes a squawky duck sound. I don't know what happens if it can get kicked into the trash can. I've tried kicking it into the trash can. I could never do it. I don't know if that's actually a thing, but there is a ducky toy thing that you can kick in Kalinka Island, because why not? These are the graves of those who went to Forbidden Island and never returned. Amen. Good lord. Yeah, maybe people shouldn't go to this island then. It's clearly forbidden for a reason. We're going to find out a lot more about the Forbidden Island backstory and what's up with Blcher and Beryl knowing about it, and what happened to Roll's mother in part 4 when I actually go on the Flutter and start looking at the diaries and stuff, because I figure that's going to be nice exposition to read up on, you know? Till then, we got ourselves a cathedral to go into. So, no swearing. No vulgarity. Be good people. This is a holy place. May God's blessing be upon you, my digger friend.
Even though you do so in self-defense, it must be hard on you to kill so many innocent Reaver bots.
No. I kill them for money. I grind for hours. It's so easy. So you can donate money to the church, and this will actually raise Mega Man's morality and make his armor lighter. If you can donate 1 million zenny, your armor will be the lightest it can possibly be. That's a lot of money to grind for, but still, donating 1 million zenny to the church will just make you instantly light armor Mega Man. And I bet you're asking why you would want to do that. Well, if your armor is light, merchants in junk shops and general stores will actually reduce the price of items for you if your armor is the lightest it can possibly be. So you're actually encouraged to donate to the church and do good things, because if your armor's super light and you're super good and you know, heroic, then things are cheaper to buy. So the morality system actually has payoff. And there's also benefits to being Dark Armor Mega Man as well, but I'll get into that later. Let's just say it does involve the Reaverbot Claw I picked up. I haven't finished recording all of the game yet, but that's what I seem to remember. And if I'm wrong, well, shit. Clearly, I forgot about the cutscene that said this place was known as Yosyonke City and not Yosyonke. I didn't remember Roll talking about the city. I even watched all the cutscenes on one YouTube video just to prepare me for this too. Apparently, I missed it. But either way, here the priest is telling us all about the two goddesses and why Von Blcher thinks that, you know, the keys and Forbidden Island relates to them and why he's trying to get to that, and a lot of imagery with those two goddesses. There's one, there's the other goddess, huh? But as we're leaving the end of part 3, I should talk about the Diggers Guild, since we're going to be talking to that girl next. And the Diggers Guild is basically it's a way to increase the difficulty of Mega Man Legends 2, as well as get more reward from the enemies that you fight. You basically take this test, right? And if you pass the test, you go from a B-class digger to an A-class digger. And if you pass the next test, you go from an A-class digger to an S-class digger. And then once you're an S-class digger, that's the highest you can be. However, you don't want to get licenses unless you're absolutely sure that you can handle the extra difficulty, because when you get an extra license, the game ups the difficulty. And not just for, like, Reaverbot encounters, not just random enemies that you run into. No, this counts for bosses as well, whether they're pirates, whether they're the final boss in the game, not just Reaverbots. If you get yourself an A-class license, you are raising the difficulty of the whole entire game. And that's why when she gives you this proposition that, hey, you might want to save your game and make a separate save file, because if the game gets a little bit too hard for you on A-class difficulty, you know, you might want to go back and reverse your decision. So, I can take a test, and I can make the difficulty harder, and get more zenny from the Reaverbots that I kill. But, you know, I do want to show people what a first-time playthrough of the game is like. I want to show newbies and not hardcore game players how hard or how easy the game can be. So I'm actually going to be saving off on getting the A-class license for a long, long time. I'm going to be sticking as a B-class digger and going through a lot of the game as a B-class digger, just to show you how easygoing the game can be when you're not raising the license too much, you know. Plus, I have a super awesome grind spot on Manda Island that I can still get lots of zenny regardless of my license anyway, so it doesn't really bother me in terms of money anyway. Anyway, folks, in part 4 we shall explore the Flutter and read a lot of diary. Till then.